on the North Sea coast. That's where we are, DTM weekend number 5 in the season 2016. We are in Zandvoort in the Netherlands. Just 100 meters away from here is the track. And there's one big problem, the sand. The wind blows it on the tarmac and the drivers have a big problem with that.
This racetrack challenges the tires as no other. Tight, banked turns, lots of bumps, rough tarmac. And additionally, it's built in the dunes, within a stone's throw of the beach. This causes some special conditions, which the Hankook engineers explain at a press conference.
If we are speaking about sand, it's not only the sand from the beach. You have also inside of those parts, any gravel or whatever, there we have sand. So if a car is going out, you have the sand from this part and also the sand coming from the beach side. So always if we are speaking about sand, it's not only the beach, also the track covered by sand.
This can influence the qualifying session because the conditions in some corners are unpredictable.
It can be simple as someone just going off in front of you, kicking up a bit of dust. That could be the difference between you making a great qualifying and equally having an average one.
And it's not just the sand. The wind alone can make problems too.
Being close to the North Sea, I think it generally brings in the not nice weather, and it's obviously very windy, which obviously has its challenges for the car if you're facing the wrong way. When you're into the wind, everything feels great. Equally, when the wind's behind the wing, quite difficult. But you know, with the wind as well, it blows a lot of sand around, and generally it's just a bit of a challenge managing the weather and making sure you're optimised even on the lap, that you're lucky that you don't get a sudden gust of wind.
If there is sand on the track, it stresses the tires additionally.
You have a lot of sliding because of the sand, and this sliding means like a sandpaper, it's exactly the same, higher temperatures.
Sand and wind can change the conditions at different parts of the track very quickly.
Yeah, they are. They can move session to session. The engineer will track the wind with you as much as you can. Some cars just naturally work better in the wind, some cars don't. That's the challenge, but it's not something you can design specifically into.
There's not so much what you can do against.
But nevertheless, most of the drivers just love Zandvoort.
Nice big open fast track, lots of bumps, no room for runoff, and a challenging track for the cars, the tyres, and managing a whole race weekend to get the best out of it.
Zandvoort is a logistical masterpiece. Everything is very short and tight. This way is down to the paddock. There's the start and finish straight. And here the track comes back. So it's everything really tight and logical built together. This way we are heading now. That's the paddock. There are our news.
Zandvoort is one of the former Formula 1 circuits which have made it onto the calendar of the European Formula 3 Championship. In 3 action-packed races, the young guns showed their skills. It's half-time of the season now, and at the moment, the Canadian Lance Stroll is the overall leader. You want to know why everybody likes the Zandvoort event? Well, who doesn't want to go to the beach? When the sun goes down, many people just walk from the paddock over the dunes to the beach. And there, just follow the noise, and you'll find one of the racing parties. Miguel Molina and his crew have a reason to party too. The Audi team up Sportsline performed the fastest pit stop at the last event on the Norris Ring. So in Zandvoort, they could collect the beer and the points for the overall standings in this competition.
Nowhere else the cars are nearer to the Hankook hospitality than here in Zandvoort. Here's the track, and only 10 meters away is the big Hankook house with a special program this weekend, and we have been there with our cameras.
Hallo en van harte welkom bij de Hankook Tire Hospitality tijdens de DTM races dit weekend in het prachtige Zandvoort.
Hielke van der Scher, as Hankook Sales Director Benelux, is the excited host here in Zandvoort. The big hospitality building placed in the center of the scenic racetrack offers a lot of possibilities to entertain guests and customers. For the Dutch Hankook crew, it's the high point of the year.
Yes, absolutely. It's exciting to see how we are standing here with a real hospitality, and we can show our premium status, and that's for us really the topic point in the year. The DTM race weekend is the perfect event to direct all attention to our brand and our premium tire technology.
And when the race cars pass nearby the hospitality, you can watch Hankook race tire technology at work. DTM, Formula 3 and Audi TT Cup trust in Hankook tires on this demanding racetrack. When the track is empty, it's time to welcome some drivers at Hankook and some special guests too.
We think the social responsibility of our company is also very important. And that's the reason that we have invited here children from the Stichting van het Kind, that's the Dutch. And they take care for children who have not the best opportunity in life. And they help them and give them a jump in the future.
So the hospitality crew and the Hankook Team Benelux have a lot to do from early morning till late at night. But a DTM event is always a meeting of motorsport enthusiasts, and they all think the same.
If you have passion in something and you like it, time doesn't matter.
The DTM races by the North Sea coast, and into this Zandvoort Saturday heads Mercedes driver Robert Wickens from pole position. And he manages to keep his first place, but a little further backwards it's crash time as Wickens' brand-mate Maximilian Götz rushes transverse through the field and takes Audi driver Adrian Tambay with him, both getting pushed by the BMW of Martin Tomczyk. For Götz and Tambay, the workday is over way too soon, and Tomczyk has to pay the price for his move. Drive-through penalty, no chance on points. The same for Augusto Farfus, who a little later jumps wildly through the Dutch botany and parks his car next to the guardrail, sure he would have relinquished this lift back to the pits. In the lead still Wickens ahead of Marco Wittmann, and just before the end Gary Paffett, who also can't get by the BMW driver, so he gets past himself by Christian Vitoris. Nonetheless, Mercedes claims victory in the shape of Robert Wickens. The Canadian wins in superior fashion and terminates a 6-year-long winless streak in the Netherlands for his brand. 25 points for a happy Robert Wickens, including a highly intensive champagne shower. Also on Sunday, a lot of spectators watch from the dunes, as in bright sunshine Jamie Green is the one who approaches this race from pole position. And the Audi driver gives no rise to doubts about his will to win at the start, claims first place ahead of 3 Mercedes, Gary Paffett, Robert Wickens and Christian Vitoris. Up front, all clear. In the back, Augusto Farfus and Timo Scheider come amiss, the latter circles off the track. Because he obviously has the faster car, Paffett a little later lets Wickens pass. Now it's the Canadian on the hunt for green and he comes close. Sometimes both ride head to head, but the Englishman stays up front. So maybe the pit stop helps. Both leaders come in together, but the Audi crew changes the Hankook slicks a little quicker.
On the way out in front, you should be clear now. Watch. Clear, Jenny. Clear.
After that, another driver celebrates. Lucas Auer enthusiastic about his overtaking maneuver against Martin Tomczyk, but that was the last joyful moment for Mercedes. Just before the end, Wickens and Vitoris run into problems. Jamie Green, however, crosses the finish line first. After an outstanding performance, he revels the 13th victory of his DTM career. And not only that, Green is with 10 races done, now second in the championship, behind Marco Wittmann. We say farewell to the kite surfers here in Holland and to the most westerly race of the DTM calendar 2016. That was Zandvoort. This was this edition of Hankook TV. And now we head to the most easterly race in the DTM calendar, Moscow Raceway, in 5 weeks' time. Until then, we go to the beach. Bye-bye.